Our guests today with the Rotary E-Club of the Greater San Fernando Valley are three RYLArians. We'll explain what that means in a minute. RYLA, Rotary Youth Leadership Awards, and they are the three students that we sponsored, to attend this year's rally. Yes, I'm even editing my own grammar, and I'm not going to edit this out just to prove that I made a mess. So please welcome our three guests today. Alice Curran, Ava Kaganovsky, and Michelle Kaganovsky. The last names are purely a coincidence. They're not, we swear they're not, they've never seen each other before in their lives. So this is our panel for today, and I'm going to cheat and just work from the far side to the near side. You're all members of the Interact Club at Daniel Cro-Magnon High School. Alice, is that where you first heard about RYLA?
Yeah. Yeah, I joined the club in 10th grade, and they were kind of like trying to get people to apply, but they said juniors were pretty much like the first, like, that's what they wanted more as juniors, so I didn't really think of applying in 10th grade, and then this year, I know they were going to apply, so I thought I might as well just give it a chance.
So you, all three of you then just heard about it from Interact.
Yeah.
How long have you been in the Interact Club?
I joined in 9th grade, and I've kind of like been more involved since then. I'm treasurer right now, and yeah.
So you control the money. Nice.
Yay, treasurer.
Ava, did you also join in 9th?
Yeah, I joined in 9th grade, and now I'm the director with Alice. We're
Okay.
co-directors.
So we have the power, but as anyone will tell you, the real power is right here with Michelle. She's the treasurer. It's as simple as that. So what's your favorite thing that the Interact Club does before we even get to RYLA?
Probably Whoppies, because it's really fun to like put them together, and it's really great when we make over 180, and we just ship them off to countries that need them.
Water purification indicators.
Pasteurization.
Pasteurization, not purification? Sorry about that. We're not editing this out either. We're just going to show all of my flaws and mistakes today. So you like the Whoppies. What's your favorite? And if you can't choose what someone before you said, so you have pressure in a moment.
Every Thanksgiving morning, we go to the Sagebrush Cantina, and we help, we give food out to seniors there, and it's really fun just like interacting with them, and they usually like talk to us about like their childhood, and it's really fun. So it's really
That's a good one. So we've got Whoppies, we've got Thanksgiving, and now you have to pick something completely different.
I think the food drives that we do, because that was the first volunteer thing I did, was food drives. We hadn't really, when I first joined, I really hadn't done much at first, and then that was the first one I've done, and we've done it like every year, so yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, twice a year.
Yeah, and all three of our guests today have been volunteers at our club's food drives for Valley Food Bank as well, so it's everyone's on the same volunteer team.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got picked to be the students we're going to sponsor to go to RYLA. Where was it held this year?
Blue Jay, California.
In Blue Jay?
Yeah.
Is it a campsite? Are there dorms? Are there? You guys? I don't think you guys were camping out in tents.
No, it was a campsite. I think it was from like a Christian like camp, a conference center sort of. And there was like a mixture of like dorms and like, I don't know, it was really cool because like there were dorms near the campsite, and then there was like ones you had to walk like really far and up like 20 stairs. Yeah. Thankfully I got the close ones. Yeah.
So you got closer but less exercise.
Yeah. No, when I visited her,
Yeah.
it was
a lot
quite a
up
trek.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. My understanding is that knowingly they are going to put you in as 3 different locations whenever possible. So the whole part of the point is that you're never playing with people you already know. What fun is that? So where were some of the people you were together with? Where were they from around the region?
A lot of people were from like Northern California.
Interesting.
So a lot of schools I had never heard of.
That's interesting.
And yeah, we were really spread out. I think we were some of the only people like in this sort of area. Like when I said like the valley, they were like, oh.
Yeah. What was your group?
I'm trying to think of the name. I can't remember. Many people came from Hawthorne. There's a lot of them from Hawthorne High School.
Hawthorne Leonard.
I met like almost 10 people from there.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a lot. But yeah, Northern California. I only met one person from the Valley, and she owned the courses, and that was really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Did you get to ride them to up the 20 steps to get to the
No, unfortunately, I don't think she packed it with her.
Bummer. That's too bad. And you would have been still another separate group. So where were your people from?
It was kind of like all over the place, like Hawthorne and Northern California. But yeah, I like being grouped with different people because I got to interact with people that I normally wouldn't. So that was really cool.
And it's co-ed. There was everything was mixed, males and females completely.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, except that.
Yeah.
So they should have made the boys walk up the 20 steps. That would have made more sense. Okay. See how quickly they agreed with that. There you go. So, what were some of the activities? I know that you do some actually outdoor physical tasks, team building. I know that there's some internal stuff. So let's start in the middle this time. Describe some of the experiences that you had, and you guys feel free to jump in to add anything.
So I think one was memorable.
Good. Someone else made a mistake. Memorable. Go ahead.
experiences. So we got split up into groups on the first day with people we've like never met before, and we're all just honestly really tired. But they didn't give us a break or anything the entire weekend. But so we split up into groups. We had all these like activities we did together, and one of them was like a trust fall. So you like go onto this really high surface, and like everyone's holding like this like. It's kind of like a towel, but it's a strong towel, I guess.
I hope so.
Yeah. And you just fall backwards and you like have to trust them. And we say this like little chant before to like encourage each other. And at the beginning I was like, I am not jumping. I am not falling backwards because I'm quite scared of heights. But like everyone like, encouraged me and I went for it. And it was really scary, but then like once you did it, you're like, whoa, I actually did it. It was really great.
And we should just clarify, they did catch you.
Yes, they
okay,
caught me.
good.
It was all good.
Good. Let's just be sure to finish the whole story.
Right.
Yeah, so they pulled the towel out, but I got back up and tried again. And okay, so what was that? That was right soon after you got there.
Yeah, so we didn't have time. We kind of just like, you had to trust everyone. And after that, you kind of learn to, that like everyone there is to support each other, basically. And that was just one of the many like activities and games we did the first day.
What's the one that jumps to your mind from that first day, Alec?
It wasn't the first day, I think it was the second one, but it's one of the most memorable. It was a more like internal activity because basically like everybody from the whole camp, like we were not in groups anymore, like all together. And we had to answer like a bunch of questions, and then from that, you like how many you have the most of, like you put in a certain category. And there was different categories of like types of leaders, and there was like, basically it was four. One was like the most like kind of outgoing people, and then there was more like introverted people, and then after we were in our groups we kind of like talked about our strengths, and then we kind of shared with everybody like how we can all work together and like use each other's strengths and weaknesses to be like better leaders. That was really cool.
So that each different type of leader enables you to become a better team. Is that the idea they were getting at? So what was your most memorable?
Probably we had this thing where everyone had blindfolds. And we went on a hike, sort of. And you had
there were these 20 steps.
You had to like hold a rope, and
like in a
you
circle,
guys, in a circle, and you just like yelled directions at each other, and it was kind of chaotic in the beginning because no one was really paying attention, and we like tripped over a bunch of things. But then we kind of like figured out how to cooperate, like have to take turns, and it was really cool. Like we ended up seeing how far we hiked, and it wasn't even that far. It was like
But it
small
felt
distance,
for a
yeah.
very long time.
And they're still looking for one team, I understand. Was one person not blindfolded and the others were, or everybody was blindfolded but you still had to be able to navigate together?
Everybody was blindfolded.
Okay.
Oh, but there was
It was like the counselors,
Oh,
so
yeah.
like they led you with like the sounds.
like a bell.
It's like a bell.
You had to follow the bell.
Follow the bell,
Yeah.
okay. And then it would make you hungry and salivate like an experiment.
We did have lunch afterwards.
Now, what if you? There's a lot of conversation. Did you see anyone or yourselves have any sort of breakthrough? We've heard stories that you'll have someone who was really very shy, but then they went to RYLA. I mean, the three of you have been very outgoing with us all the time. If you've ever had any part of you that's shy, we don't know about it. But we've heard about some of the kids who are very shy, and they go to this and they learn to come out? Did you experience, for yourselves or for anyone else, coming out of that?
Yeah. There was this one kid that was there, and he performed at the talent show. Like, there was a RYLA talent show one night, and before he performed, he said that he was like super nervous, and he was grouped in the category, I think that we were in, of like the more introverted people. And he, even though he said like he was really scared of like performing and stuff, he did a really cool like magic show, and then by the end of it, like everybody was like, he was friends with everybody. So
That's great.
that's really cool to see.
Even on a lower scale, I think that we all definitely transformed afterwards. I am pretty introverted. I think we all are. And I was really scared going into this. I was like, everyone there's going to be like leaders, like amazing leaders, and like they're all going to be super extroverted. But I think afterwards, I learned that it's okay that I'm a little introverted. Like I'm still able to be a leader. And we came back and we started a shoe drive at our school, and I think we're more ready to help, and we understand the importance of helping others. It was really cool, I think.
And that there are different types of leadership.
Yeah.
You can lead from an introverted place as well.
Yeah. Before I didn't really think that I could be a leader. I thought you're kind of like a natural born leader or you're not a leader, but that's not true at all.
So it comes over to you. What of these things did you see or experience for yourself?
Well, there was like this one thing where it was kind of like a seminar sort of on public speaking, and I've never really been good at that. Like every presentation at school, I'd always panic. But like he sort of made us get out of our comfort zone and look into everybody's eyes for like 5 minutes, like just stare into somebody's eyes. And that was like really hard for me, but he showed us like different techniques for public speaking, and that's really helped me improve in like school and like everything else.
So you bring some skills to the table coming into this in the first place, but it sounds like you're picking up different things from different people's strengths around you.
Yeah.
Would you say to flip the script a little bit, because you're all trying to convince us that you're all very introverted, and you're not proving that very well in front of us today, but let's assume that you're not making that up and you're introverted. Did you see people who you would describe, the phrase you just used as, the so-called natural born leaders, did you see them picking up skills or methods from your version of leadership, from what you bring to the table?
Yeah, so there was a person in my group, and she was what I would describe a natural born leader. She kind of took control of the entire group, and she at first wouldn't listen to anyone's input, and it was really annoying at first, but then after she realized that she can't do this alone, she kind of backed down, and we all kind of put our ideas in, and then we were able to. The activity was we had this long stick, and we had to use 2 fingers, and we had to put it to the ground slowly, without dropping it. And it sounds really easy, but it was extremely difficult. And she wouldn't give anyone else a chance. But I think after she realized that she couldn't do it alone, she let us. We all put our voices in, and we were able to accomplish it finally after a long time.
So she was learning the different methods as well.
Yeah.
See, that's the difference between RYLA and she just would have been voted right off of Survivor within 10 minutes and sent home. So even the people who arrive thinking they already have the great leadership skills, interesting that they're also learning from the experience that it isn't always the version of leadership that they think it is. So if there was an aspect that you feel that you take out of this more than anything else, what do you think you bring home from this? I know I keep forcing you to pick one thing out of this whole experience. So let's, not counting the public speaking, because you already said that.
Probably just going for things more, having more confidence, because at first I wasn't even going to apply to RYLA, because I thought it was sort of for leaders already, and I didn't think I was a leader. But because I actually applied and I got in, I was able to learn so many new leadership skills, cooperation skills that I've never even thought of. So I'm really glad I took this opportunity. So I'm going to try to take more opportunities in the future
And apply it. Okay.
Oh no.
Take over.
Okay, one thing. So RYLA occurred a week before AP tests.
Advanced placement?
Yes.
For us old people who don't take those anymore.
So I went in very stressed out. I was like, how is it possible that I'm going to be able to go here and then go home and still try to pass my AP tests? But I think at RYLA, the most important thing I learned was just to calm down and like just, take a chill pill. On the last day, we went on this hike. It was a really beautiful hike in the morning, and we all sat down and we wrote down on a piece of paper things that we enjoy, like with our five senses, with like smell and touch. And the leader taught us that when we're feeling stressed out, to just take out a piece of paper and remember all those like senses that we love to calm down. And I still use it almost every single day. And just the trip itself, just thinking about it, it always like it calms me down, and I'm just like, it's okay, like, I'll get through whatever I'm going through right now.
Did you feel good after the AP tests? After all that?
I mean, I felt okay, but I think
okay.
when I came home from RYLA, I wasn't as stressed out as when I left. I was like, it's okay, just, go take everything in moderation. Yeah.
Good. Alice?
I think the most important thing I learned was that kind of what we were saying before is how anybody can be a leader. And there's different types of leaders, and like that was something I thought of before, like that there could be 4 different types of leaders, and you could all like benefit from each other and from like communicating with each other. So I think like that was the most important thing. Like I still think about that today and everything. And then like kind of what she was saying, like just like being up in the mountains and being around the people, like everyone there was really nice, and it was really kind of weird at first, like being with people my age that were like so nice. But I realized that like everyone really does kind of want to like. At least most of the people, they like wanted to just like help people and like benefit, and like they're all part of Interact, or at least like most of them were. So they were just like really like into volunteering and like helping people out. So, like being around that kind of energy was really nice.
So it was a positive experience.
Yeah.
We hope so, because we don't want to send you on something bad and then you hate us for it. I want to throw it out to our vast studio audience to see if anyone has any questions. I'm going to let Linda go first, just because Todd is also wearing a RYLA shirt and he's helping. You're not supposed to help them, they're leaders.
I didn't find out what was on the back of the shirt, but that wasn't my question. My question was, how many students were there, and do you know how many districts they were from, Rotary districts?
I think there were 200 students.
Yeah,
Wow.
around
190.
Yeah, like around.
And how many groups?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised hearing that you were meeting students from Northern California.
That was
our
an exception this year. They brought a few people from another district.
Okay.
But it's mostly the 54 Rotary clubs and the 75 Interact clubs in this district.
Which comprises most of the Los Angeles Basin and Burbank and Glendale and the San Fernando Valley and out to Calabasas.
Correct.
So that's the reason. So in the Northern California, that means you got a special experience.
Yeah.
Just having someone from, as we know, a completely different state, from Southern California. Todd, you raised your hand.
So, yeah, I want to ask you a question. I'm going to put this in a way that you three will understand it. But you're not allowed to explain this phrase. Now that you are all part of the coolest universe, all right, they're smiling, they know what it is. Next year, standing as seniors and members of the board, and when we're talking about RYLA to the kids who are thinking about applying, the 9th, 10th, and 11th graders, what is the one thing you would say to them of why they really should fill out that application? Because I had to talk 2 of you into applying. And Jade was talking you into applying. What's the one thing each of you would say of why you need to go?
So relating to like the coolest universe phrase, I think it's just really a really like once in a lifetime experience, and if you don't go, like you'll always just be like, oh, like especially the people Interact who they hear about it, like if I didn't apply for, like I know I would have regretted not going, and like it was just like really like once in a lifetime. I don't think I've ever been anything like a part of that, and I don't think there's anything out there that's like you do anything like what we did. And if you go there, like you have to go there to really know what it's like, because if you like even if someone tells you about it, it wouldn't really make sense, but like you have to experience it for yourself.
Well, she kind of took my answer, but it's definitely something I would say that you have to experience for yourself. Like I could talk about like the trust fall, the dining arrangements every single day, the really good food, but besides that, like the things that you do, whether even it's just those like little things, just meeting people, it's kind of something like I could explain to you, but like doing it yourself is just a whole new experience, and it's like it's kind of experience you'll never get back. And like the friends I made at RYLA, like I'm still talking with them. It's It's amazing.
Did they both take both of your
Yeah.
answers? Okay.
So going off what they said, yeah, it's definitely a unique opportunity, and everything we kind of did there had like so meaningful, and it's kind of like you don't really know what the meaning behind it until you experience it. So yeah, it was really cool.
Notice how every question is, okay, one thing. What's the one thing? And really force you to think about it.
So how many kids are going to go from Daniel Pearl and submit applications next year if you three are doing your work?
Hopefully,
Hopefully everyone.
yeah. At least everyone in the club, though.
And outside the club.
Can you bring some of even the activities back to Interact and use them for team building?
Only a few of them. They're sworn to secrecy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Can you do one other thing for me? Because they don't know this. What's really unique about a lot of the counselors at RYLA? Who are they?
They don't know. They never met.
No, yes they do.
They were there's high school students also. Many of them were actually our age, or I think one was even younger than us. Basically, you go for a year, you experience the camp, and you're able to apply next year to become a camp counselor. And so it's really cool because all the counselors are your age, so there's nothing scary. Like, we all get each other. It's just like one big thing. Yeah.
I heard rumors that at least one of you may want to be a counselor next year. Possibly all three.
Yeah.
Shall we put, that's the spot. Shall we put you on the spot and ask you who it is?
I think it would be a really cool opportunity. It would, definitely would. And just to go back and experience all of it again, so like the different perspectives, you know what's going to happen. That would be really cool.
And seeing like everybody, like all the students like never have seen it before, like seeing the reactions to everything. Because I know like that was a lot of like the favorite parts of the counselors there, like seeing how everyone reacts.
Mostly in the mornings.
Yeah.
Seeing
By
it through
way
their
of
eyes.
explanation now, in order to be a RYLA counselor, they have to write an essay, they have to apply, but it is a year of training. Those kids that they're talking about, and they're also adult counselors, but the kids really do run the program. They run the talent show, they run the activities, they're the counselors in the bunks, but they do an entire year of training every single month as a team to prepare to learn to do the exercises, and there are always new exercises every year.
Gonna start now.
Get to work. Are there any more questions from the studio audience?
The shirt. I'm dying
We
to
need
know
to know
about
the shirt. Okay,
Show
this is going to be difficult because we have to be sure it fits. So, on the screen, Michelle is wearing her RYLA t-shirt
For this year.
for this year, and apparently we understand that the back of the shirt is different every time. So, let's see if we can get that. What does that say?
A little longer.
Turn around
Put your
again.
hair away.
This is the RYLA fashion show, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
It says Ubuntu. What is your understanding of what does that mean? Well, don't look at them. You wore the t-shirt. That's the spot, remember?
I don't know. I remember the direct translation. It was I think it was based on an African like proverb or story, and it was kind of like there was like this food or like prize or something, and this one person said to a bunch of children, whoever gets there first to the prize gets it. So they start running, but then one girl grabs all of their hands and they all run together, and he asks, "Why'd you do that?" And she said something about sharing and how like the power of sharing and how it's better for all of them.
It's we are who we are, or
Oh, no, it's like, I am what I am because we are what we are. I think it's like the translation.
I am what I am because we are who we are.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. So it's the power of team
Yeah.
and team
It's all
building.
together.
And how the leader who grabbed everyone's hand in that story still got there at the same time everybody else did. Interesting. And all that from a t-shirt. Okay, so the three of you are designing next year's t-shirt, I assume? Great, okay. There you go. Does anyone else have any more questions? Well, we feel, having already gotten to know you with some of our activities, that our club got lucky and chose our three RYLA attendees really well even before you went. But it's great to hear that you also had a great experience out of it. And we can't wait to see how you apply this all moving forward. I especially want to find out that you take into account what you learned from that one person you told us about, and you just start bossing everybody around. And
Okay.
try that leadership and see if that works.
I'll test it out.
Okay, so from the Rotary E-Club of the Greater San Fernando Valley, Michelle, Ava, Alice, thank you for being here today, and thank you for running with this, and we'll see where it all goes.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Yeah.